Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Interstellar Voyage. Today is pretty chill. Um, it's only like one, well, technically two missions, but the other one doesn't really matter. But right now, so we're building a duna lander, which I have wanted to do for a little bit. Um, and yeah, I messed around with the lander cans from one of the mods I have installed, but it ended up just being more trouble than it's worth. And I went with the classic uh, Mark One lander can, and uh, fuck, man, it's too early in the morning for this. When I say early, it's like 11 a.m. It's not. It's not early. But yeah. So I just got the nuclear engines, so I'm trying those out for the first time, and one of the mods I'm using lets me change the fuel in all the fuel tanks, which is really nice. So I just set it to liquid fuel for this, and got like a hefty 5,000 meters a second, which is pretty solid. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I was saying earlier. Yeah, so here we are. We're building the lower stage for it. Um, I don't know if I saved this. I'm trying to like get more into the habit of using consistent launch vehicles and just changing the payload, because it takes so much more time to like build a new rocket every time. Um, but I am lazy, so who knows? But yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll get going more later on, when I'm launching more, mostly like crew and stuff, because I have in some of the stuff I've recorded for future episodes, I'm working on like a colony basically. It's like, well, less of a colony, more of a sweatshop for Kerbals on the moon, or the Mun. Sorry. Um, so that's gonna be exciting, where I don't have to launch giant rockets that lag out my computer so much. But yeah, here we are launching the transfer vehicle, the mothership, if you will. Uh, I think I successfully. Oh yeah, but I did forget to. Oh fuck! I meant to change that. Oh well. I meant to have it say I forgot to record launching the lander. Um, but no, I guess I just forgot to build it. I definitely built it. I just went back at like 10 minutes before starting this and saw like, oh no, it's actually in the time lapse of me building the lander. It's right there. I'm stupid. Um, but you know, it happens. It happens. This is my half a mission that I do, because it just it's so inconsequential. I saved one Kerbal from the Mun, so I'm gonna speed through it pretty quick. I don't think I even tried to recover any of the stages because it was such a small rocket, and it was just like, it's not worth the effort. But yeah, quick little launch. I'm gonna cut through these pretty quick. Um, I should say more stuff that's happening in my life. I've eaten so much pizza in the last 3 days. that's I like cooking a lot, and one of my favorite things to make is pizza. And I've had a pizza for dinner on 2 days ago, and then a pizza for dinner, or no. This is not interesting. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop this. trying to talk less about the game, because that's what all the big YouTubers do, to fill time, because I don't have the ability to just talk about this one game for hours. I can talk about other shit. I can tell you all about crazy stuff that happened on the Apollo missions, or uh, the future missions planned. But no, I'm playing this dumb game. It's not a dumb game. I love this game. Um, I've gotten into Rubik's cubes recently. Um, yeah, I finally figured out how to do the like bullseye pattern, which for some reason I never learned how to do. I've got like a 30-second personal best for speed solving, and I don't know how to do that one pattern that even the people who don't know how to solve it know how to do. Um, so finally, I can show all the haters wrong. Yeah, here we I skipped past that mission so fast. Here's the actual the headliner, if you will. Um, yeah, I'm doing Rubik's cubes. That's fun. I have a 2x2 and a 4x4, but I like hate solving the 4x4 because of parity algorithms, and I I really like reading stuff when it's instructions. Like I don't like watching videos because I'm always listening to music, and it usually means I have to turn my music off, and that's for some reason I have like such this averse reaction to turning my music off, or even just like changing what I'm listening to. Um, but yeah, so I all the parody algorithms, like the fucking, this probably means nothing to anyone, but all the like documentation online, like every single website uses a different notation for talking about like slice moves, or like a half move, like a 2x2 move basically, and it's terrible. I hate it so much. It would be so easy to just watch like a 5 minute video that has the algorithms in it and solve my problem, but alas, I am too lazy. Yeah, here we are, doing that splitting up the burn into multiple parts thing that I think I did last episode or 2 episodes ago. I'm not super keeping track. Uh, but yeah, it served me a lot better because I had like a 10-minute burn time or something, and I'm not, like, I guess I sat through probably longer than that, but this is more exciting, and it's just more efficient, I guess. I don't really need the efficiency. My engines have like 4 or 500 ISP, or is it like 800? I think it's 800. It's something ridiculous, but not too ridiculous, man. I wish they hadn't canceled the nerve program in real life. That would have been so cool. Like you see on the news, like every couple months or something. Oh, new nuclear rocket engine discovered. It's gonna make flying 10 times more efficient. We can get Mars in days. I'm like, that's great. We've like known about this technology since basically the 60s and 70s, but we just can't do it because it means lugging in like uranium or plutonium or whatever into orbit, and if that rocket blows up, that's a bad time. I think all the Mars rovers that were using radioisotopic thermoelectric generators, RTGs. It's what the guy in The Martian used to warm up his rover when he was cold. It's basically just like plutonium attached to some things that make electricity when one side is hot and one side is cold. But so that plutonium, I think, had to be like specifically signed for by the president or like Congress or something, to actually even launch, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, hopefully we get actual nuclear engines sometime in my lifetime. The rotating detonation engines are interesting. I don't remember if those are nuclear or not. I don't think they are, but that's sick. I hope that becomes like a thing that we use, and not just one of those edge case lab experiments that never goes anywhere. But man, like nuclear saltwater rockets would be so cool to have. Like they're so unbelievably crazy dangerous to like launch or anything, because it's literally just Chernobyl. Like if a normal rocket engine is like the equivalent of a controlled barrel of oil exploding, a nuclear saltwater rocket is the equivalent of having a Chernobyl going constantly out the back of your rocket, which is crazy. It's crazy, but it's so unbelievably efficient. I think some of the estimates put it at like you could get the reaction or the exhaust products to go at a significant chunk the speed of light, which is crazy that we like even have a way of thinking about just physically accelerating something that much. It makes me so excited and at the same time so sad that I will probably never live to see any sort of implementation of that in any serious context. It's like we've come so far in space, and yet, you know, all the real cool stuff is still like 100 years away or something. That's assuming we even survive the climate catastrophe that's eventually going to kill a lot of people. Already has. Anyways, on a much nicer note, there's another eclipse. I've gotten so many more eclipses in this save than I have, I think, like ever. Like I get 2 in this episode alone, I think, which is just ridiculous. I don't know how. Yeah, we detached from the mothership. That was some good filling time, me. Good job. You weren't talking about what was happening on the screen. You're just talking nonsense, which is good. Nonsense is great. I love nonsense. Yeah. Can I just say I love these landing legs so much they're from the Kerbal reusability expansion, and they're just like they look so nice, and they give you like a really nice wide what's it called? I just like area of landing. I don't know, but they make your rockets very stable, and they look very cool, and they have a nice large or a wide profile. That's it. There we go. And they have they're very tall as well. Basically, they're just big, and that's really nice because all of the stock engines basically don't have enough clearance to get past like anything much larger than a poodle in its 2-bell configuration, which is like so annoying. I want to build big stuff with big landing legs, and it'd be really cool, especially with, you know, reusability, which is what the mod is for. Yeah, here we are, landed. We used quite a few parachutes to do that because I don't want to use fuel, and it's just nice to be able to slow down by just adding a million parts. Yeah, no, so here we are, getting our signs, planting our flag, doing the stuff on the red planet. Yeah, it's gotta be so dusty. I'm glad Kerbals don't have to experience the same crap that the Apollo astronauts did, because their suits got so and fines on the moon. If you inhale them, you're like dead. You're done. They're tiny and they haven't been eroded, which just means you're basically like inhaling tiny shards of glass. And it's so bad. It's the worst. It's like asbestos or something. It's terrible. Which is, you know, great. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I'm just trying not to say, and now we do the science, and now we take the science into the command pod, and then we move around the Kerbals because for some reason you can't bridge the gap on the ladder between the landing can and the return capsule. I guess I just said all that. Yeah. I guess that's just what happens when you're making videos. This was a fun trajectory to do. I've never tried to. I mean, I say never. I almost certainly have, but I've never. Stop saying never. I've definitely done this before. I haven't done it a lot, is what I mean to say. I haven't launched at a weird inclination like this without doing a significant change. I guess 4.7 is kind of a lot, assuming that's even the number that it said, because it's very small for me. But yeah, this is a fun mission. Tragedy does strike us, though. I guess I should have said that much earlier in the video, or maybe I did. I have the world's shittest memory. Tragedy strikes this mission to the point that after I finished it and got all the Kerbals home, I put down the game and did not play for like a week or something, because I was so annoyed, mostly just with myself. It's completely my fault what happens, which you'll see eventually. I don't want to spoil, because I guess viewer retention is the thing that I need to think about, since I'm now getting more than 0 viewers on my channel. Thank you for the people that probably just accidentally click this video and then immediately click off, because it's like a 10-second average watch time. Thank you. Thank you for sitting through those 10 seconds of me, and then you decide that's not what you want, and that's fine, man. You do you. You choose you don't want to watch a bad Kerbal Space Program video about someone who does not know how to make YouTube videos. Just trying to have some fun. Yeah, we did the rendezvous. That happened. The docking here is a little funky. It's like half of a allow and lazy method, because I couldn't set any of them to automatically just look at the docking port of the other ship. So I kind of had to just like keep switching between them till I got it to the point where they were looking at each other. And then at that point it was so close that I just hope the magnets do all the work. Yeah, they're wiggling a little bit over there. I was kind of worried that they wouldn't connect, but they did eventually. Yeah, so here I'm transferring my fuel, because I don't want to deal with that shit. I forgot it was a 2-stage rocket. I didn't even need to use it. So yeah, that's nice. Yeah, transferring the last little bit of oxidizer there. Please have something happen so I can talk about it. Yeah, you'll notice that I transferred the crew and I moved the science into the lander can, but I did not move the science from the lander can into the actual mothership. So I just lost the like 2,000 some odd science that I probably would have gotten from that, and instead got like 50. Which, yeah, that sucked. That was, I guess it seems small when you watch all the big YouTubers that like their whole ship will explode and they're just like, oh, time to do it again. But I do not have patience like that. I'm not. I know I sit around and play this game for like 8 hours a day. That's not true. I sit around and play this game for quite a while, and you'd assume I have patience for it, because I sit through 10 frames per second for hours. But no, I have very, very thin patience sometimes, especially with games. I get frustrated easily. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah, there's not much interesting that happens for this video. I kind of just fly back to Kerbin and land, unsurprisingly. So yeah, have fun with that, I guess. I don't really know what to talk about. I've got like 2 minutes left, I think. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how much time I have left. Things to talk about. Oh yeah. Anyone watch The Expanse or read the books? I did. I think they're very good. I like those books a lot. I was so mad when they canceled the show. I was mad and sad because the Laconia arc, the trilogy at the end, the last three books of the nine are they're so good. I love them so much. I love the weird freaky aliens and like all that shit. Such a nice conclusion, and there's like all this crazy shit. Yep, eclipse again. There's all this crazy shit that's happening, and it feels like I don't like a lot of sci-fi that's set in like the far future where it's all like feudal and empires and shit. But the Expanse managed to do empires in like an empire, like a space galaxy empire, in a way that like it was so much more interesting than anything I'd read before about empires, where they're just like fine with the all the imperialism and colonialism and all that shit, and I'm like, but the Expanse is like, no, this is a dictate. This is bad. This is very bad. I guess it's like Star Wars in that way, where it went from this much more democratic system to an empire, and they have to rebel against it. I guess it's exactly like Star Wars in that way, but the aliens in the Expanse, I love like unfathomable, like weird, freaky aliens that are like completely out of human understanding. That's just so cool. It's like so much more interesting to explore. Oh yeah, the video's over. Thanks for watching. Yeah, bye.